Hello, Tom.
Hi, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, very well. How are you?
Yeah, I'm not too bad, mate. I just thought I'd make 2 points before I start. So, I'm a Man City fan. I've had a season ticket since we've been at Main Road. And I think the proposal without the relegation and promotions is sham. But I don't get this massive English bias, this massive English negative towards it. I think there's like a massive greed, basically. And I think we're getting kind of a taste of our own medicine. So I think there needs to be a bigger representation among Europe. What we're talking about now is like England, Italy, and Spain. But I think it needs teams like Celtic and Rangers in. It needs, like the previous caller mentioned, like Shakhtar Donetsk. Like we're talking about like there's like a killing of the competition. But every year in the Champions League, every year in the Premier League, the French League, the German League, the Italian League, we know who's going to win it every single year. And now we're proposing something new where each team's going to get, like £500 million. Can you imagine Porto with £500 million? If Dortmund say they don't want to join it, fine. Like
okay, Tom, let me ask you this question. 20 years ago, Man City wouldn't be in this league.
No. Yeah, that's totally fair enough.
So what happens? What happens to the Man City now that was Man City 20 years ago? They won't be ever allowed to play with Europe's elite.
No, I don't think I'd be annoyed with that though. Like I'm sick of hearing this Forest and Villa nonsense. Like everybody knows Arsenal are one of the top 3 clubs in England. Like no. Whoever argues that is just like, they're a troll, really, aren't they, really? I'm sure you two guys know that Arsenal are the top 3 clubs in England.
What do you mean top 3 in terms of what?
Just the size of the club. I'd personally say it goes United, even though I'm a City fan, I've had a season ticket all this time, right. I'd definitely say it goes United, Liverpool, Arsenal. But I'm sick of hearing this Forest and Villa, like they should get in this European Super League. Well, not getting it, but they deserve to be in it. What did they win, like 3 games to get into that final and win the trophy? Like,
no, don't underestimate what they did, though, Tom. That's not fair. That's not fair. But you had back in the day. It's different now. You could be out. It was a knockout, literally knockout. That's why when Forest got to the final, they played Malmo because it was a knockout. So you did get those teams that less fancied to get to the final, as in Malmo.
All right. Yeah, all right.
And also, I think Nottingham Forest, I think I'm right in saying they were in the second tier. They come up, won that, and then they won the European Cup. Yeah,
that's never.
I mean, that would never be done again, Tom.
Well, all right, fair enough. But you make good points. You always do. But answer me this: like, how can we be in a situation now where Porto, a few seasons ago, win the Champions League? How are Wolves in the second tier signing their captain Ruben Neves and João Moutinho? How is that fair competition now? And how are we in a situation now where Haaland and Mbappe, all we ever talk about is like 2 or 3 teams can sign them. If we do this European Super League, hypothetically, if all these teams get like 500, 600 mil, why can't we talk about like Ajax signing them or Inter Milan or AC Milan? I never hear AC or Inter Milan being talked about signing anyone anymore. And I think it's such a shame. Like, obviously I'm a City fan. I've had a season ticket for ages. Like, we get linked with everyone, but...
Yeah, but then, Tom, the Premier League dies.
It doesn't. No, yeah, I agree with that. Right now, it does. I think with some tweaking with the relegation promotion, it would thrive. Surely it's better than the Champions League. Because
what would you get if you won the Premier League?
You'd get promotion to this league.
Not necessarily.
And then 500 million? No. Right now, the proposal you wouldn't. But if you edited, I'm not saying they will. Like I'm just an idiot on the phone. But if they did, that's 500 million to get into it. Can you imagine giving Porto or Shakhtar Donetsk 500 million? Like, right now, there's such an English dominance across Europe, and it's not fair. It's not fair. I don't feel it is anyway. You guys may disagree, but it's everything we've talked about tonight. You guys have talked about. I've listened to talkSPORT all day. I've listened to Ferdinand of BT. I've listened to everyone on Sky. It's all about England, but
when you keep using the term fair, Tom, it's not fair. Yeah. But what about the other 14 teams in the Premier League? I mean, their income will be slashed. The brand, the Premier League, will be worthless.
Yeah, but
What about them?
The rest of the Europe will probably be saying you're getting a taste of your own medicine. Look at Galatasaray.
No. But you said it's not. You said it's not fair. What about the teams that are left in the Premier League? Is it fair to them?
I don't think it'll be. Can you imagine if they were all trying to get into this European Super League and like everyone's laughing at Arsenal and Tottenham, maybe they would get relegated. But can you imagine like Celtic or Rangers in that league, and some of them might get relegated. But can you imagine like the uproar or like the buzz around everything trying to get promoted to like you think of the Championship playoffs, it's like £150 million.
So isn't that what? I think I know what you're saying, Tom. But this is the problem. It's been ring fenced. You know, there's a cartel of 15 teams. They're the founder members.
There's no jeopardy.
They cannot fall out of this league. That's one of the biggest, in fact, for me, the big. The European Super League, I think, has got legs. I think it genuinely has, but not in the way that it's being described now. Not in the way that it appears that it's going to be. That
you need promotion and demotion.
Yeah, you absolutely need that, and that's the problem. You don't have that.
I totally agree. It needs relegation and promotion, but surely you two would agree that right now, every time we go into the Champions League, it's literally between 5 teams. You would not go to Ajax and say you're going to sign Haaland next season. Ajax got to the Champions League semi-final.
No, but that's partly down to their own league as well, isn't it? The richest leagues, not always, the richest leagues tend to win the Champions League, don't they? I mean, the last time it did that was Porto. Real Madrid, one of the richest leagues in the league. I mean, English sides in recent years have had great success in it. You know, if you look at the 4 teams that are in the Champions League semi-final now: Chelsea, City, PSG, and Real Madrid. And we're talking some serious wealthy football clubs there, aren't we?
Yeah.